Welcome to the February monthly meeting of the Miami Condo Investing Club. I'm your host and founder, Peter Zalewski. This is a club where we share information, we share intelligence. It's not only for do-it-yourself types of buyers, it's also for people in the real estate industry, whether you are a real estate agent, you're a broker, you're a lender, or maybe you're just a gadfly sort of checking out, trying to see what's going on. A lot of the information that's put out there to the public, it all tends to be more sell-side focused. Because I was a former journalist, I did it for 13 years. I was a staff writer, I was an editor, worked at a variety of different publications, wrote about real estate. My take's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to dig into the numbers, and if there's something good, I'm going to talk about it. If there's something bad, I'm going to talk about it. So if you're looking for straight talk, I'm somebody you might want to at least hear me out. You can always form your own opinion about what's going on, but I just kind of want to lay that out at the beginning. So if you're hearing stuff coming from me and coming from Miami Condo Investing Club, and it doesn't necessarily match what you heard out on the street, I'd say it's very simple. Most people in the industry are on the sell side. Their job is to try to pitch, try to promote, try to talk about convention and visitor bureau types of stuff, whether it is 1,000 people a day coming to Florida, or whether we are the gateway to Latin America, whether it's anything else. That's really sort of their role. My role, I'm hoping you can recognize it, is to go through the data, figure out the data, and then sort of give you an indication of where the market might be headed. So that's what the Miami Condo Investing Club is all about. Let me give you a roadmap as to what we're going to do today. I basically got you for about an hour or so. Then we'll do a 15-minute questions and answers period. I want you to know if you need to leave at 1 o'clock or whenever you need to leave, rest assured there's going to be a recording of this podcast this February monthly meeting. It'll be not only posted up on the website, which is miamicondo.club, a link will also be emailed to you. So because you're a club member, you're going to be able to tap into that, watch it at your own convenience, and hopefully get some great information out of it. What are we going to be talking about today? Well, we're going to talk about the fact that we are now at the peak of the winter buying season. This is typically a very active time, and right about now, things start to change. We were at the tip of the bell curve, if you remember that back in school, or if you ever read anything about a bell curve. So we were going up seasonally, and now we're going down. It just happens. Why does it happen? It happens because of weather. A lot of people will come down here for the events, for the weather, as it's cold up in the northern hemisphere. The weather in South Florida tends to be fantastic. And because of that, everybody comes to town. As a result, they do a bunch of different events. And this really sort of becomes like a carnival type of atmosphere. So we're right here at the symbolic peak. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how markets change typically. After that, we'll talk about kind of where we are going forward. What else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the special session, at least what was supposed to be a special session of the Florida legislature. We'll also talk about what's coming in March when the traditional Florida legislative session is set to begin. Why does anybody care about that? Well, cash-strapped condo owners have been complaining about how much money they're being forced to pay, not only in maintenance fees as well as special assessments. There was some talk, are you going to actually get some sort of relief coming from the Florida legislature? So we'll deal with that. We're then going to get into the 1% rule. 1% rule is basically, can I buy a condo today? And if I buy it today, am I going to be able to rent it out if I need to? And what do I mean by that? Well, when you buy a property, you might say this is your forever condo or whatever the case might be. You're never going to rent it. Well, things change. And as things change, you need to know what you can actually rent that condo for. So we'll go through some of the details, how things are priced versus what they're able to rent for. And then finally, we're going to wrap it up talking about Greater Downtown Miami. Greater Downtown Miami is a fantastic market to get a sense of what's going on for high density units. These are just units that are going to be smaller. We're talking 500 square foot for a studio, 750 for a one bed, and 1,000 square foot for a two bed. They will give you a great indication in terms of the masses. Now, next month we'll be talking about Miami Beach. Miami Beach and the Barrier Island in South Florida, that's really going to be a place for second home buyers. That will be your luxury, inefficient types of units where there's plenty of square footage or plenty of closet space. There's tons of amenities. Those don't necessarily fall in the category as an investor the way that Greater Downtown Miami does fall into it. So that's kind of what we're going to be dealing with. Let me get to the rules of engagement, and then after the rules of engagement, we'll go ahead and begin our presentation. So let's talk about rules of engagement. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share my screen, and you're going to be able to see some of the same details that I'm talking about. It'll be sort of a guide before I go ahead and start to discuss some of the things. Now, rules of engagement, again, mentioned, I'm going to talk for about an hour, then we'll open up the floor for a questions and answer period. I'll try to start at 1 o'clock. It might be a little bit later than that. If you have questions, about 12:50 or so, you should start typing them in. I'm not going to read any chat responses up until then. So that is one point. The other point is you're going to get straight talk. You're going to get information that is basically right to the point. What is the data showing? And if you do have questions, feel free to push back if necessary or ask anything and everything. You're a club member. We're all trying to share the information. The information basically is our currency. You take the currency and you do what you want with it. The club, as mentioned, is for do-it-yourself buyers. It's for real estate professionals, whether you're a realtor, you are a broker, you are a commercial broker, you're a lender, you're a regulator. So basically, information is what we're going to deal with. It will be straight sort of talk, and again, questions are open to everybody. Now, some of the things I want to bring to your attention as I share my screen. Here we go. I'm going to share the screen. And by the way, if you do want to look at on your own what we're referring to, I put a link in the email that I sent you. At the bottom, you're going to see a bunch of different charts and stuff like that. So all of you have access to it, but I will also be sharing it here. If you do want to see the information on your own and you don't have that link, simply go to the MiamiCondo.club, first story you see where there's an image of me and it says last call. Simply go in there, and if you see a paywall, that means you haven't logged in. If you don't see a paywall, scroll all the way to the bottom. You'll have all the charts, you'll have all of the information related to that. So let me go through some of our vendors now who we are going to be talking about, and then we're going to go ahead and get into our presentation. Here we go. I'm sharing screen, share screen, and there we go. Boom. Okay, you should be seeing the screen right now, and I'm going to scroll down a little bit. So let us talk about some of our vendors. One of our preferred vendors is a woman named Clarita Rosa. She has a company called Candor Title and Closing Services. Candor Title and Closing Services can vouch for Clarita, can vouch for all of the vendors that we're going to point out to you. So if you're doing anything where you have a title, you have title work, you have escrow requirements, anything like that, I would encourage you to reach out to Clarita. Just mention the fact that you are a club member, and I'm sure Clarita will treat you like family. Who else do we have? We have Ann-Christine Carey. Ann-Christine Carey is an urban planner. She deals with zoning. She does entitlement. She deals with permits. So if any of you are looking forward, you bought a piece of dirt, you're looking to up zone it, you're looking to entitle it, maybe you're doing some work you shouldn't have been doing and you got caught, you got jammed up by inspectors, you got a red tag, now you need to get out of it, I'd encourage you to reach out to Ann-Christine Carey. What about construction? Some of you might be looking to do some work in and around your condominium. It's always good to kind of know a contractor who actually does what they say and actually shows up. Well, that's Andres Alvarez. Andres got a company called 3A Quality Services, Construction and Remodeling. So keep Andres in mind if you are looking for a contractor. Who else have we got? We got Jose Suarez. Jose runs a company called Global Inventory Liquidators. What they basically do is as companies are closing, as they're going out of business, they have excess inventory, Jose will come in, he'll buy all the inventory, and then he'll put a spread on it, and he'll sell it to you at a deep discount off of what it would be going for retail-wise. Understand what Jose's product, it's based on what's currently available. So if furniture companies are going out of business suddenly, or if they're unloading their old designs, then simply feel free to, you might get lucky and Jose might have that. Sometimes it might be restaurants, sometimes it might be auctions. But basically a deep deal is what Jose kind of specializes in. He just doesn't know what the supply product is going to be. Then we have Steve Mussolino. Steven Mussolino, he's got a tile and marble company out in near Durrell. It's called Casa Linda Tile and Marble. I saw Steve actually on the Super Bowl Sunday. He's got his company out there. They've been around since about 1970. So if you are in the market for tile and or granite or marble or any of that type of stuff, Steve's somebody to kind of look up. Again, drop the fact that you are a club member and hopefully he treats you like family. And then finally, if any of you are looking for financing, Grant Stern, he's got Morningside Mortgage Corporation. They do not only conventional, traditional types of financing, but they're also in the game for the hard money, if you will. So if maybe your deal isn't exactly perfect, maybe it's something that it's got some hair and warts on it. You kind of need to get into the business, and once you get into the property, then you can turn around and refinance it afterwards. Grant Stern might be a person to sort of take a look at and give a call to. So let's see what else we got here. Okay. Next thing to mention to you, we do these monthly meetings. We do them on the second Wednesday of every month. They start at noon, and they go to about 1 o'clock. There's a Q&A about from 1 to 1:15 afterwards. Then the videos are basically processed. They're uploaded. You get access to the club member, and you also get an email link to all of the meetings. So following this meeting, our next one was going to be on March the 12th. March the 12th. And then the next step of what we're talking about, we have meetups. Meetups are social events where individuals, let me see if I can get this a little bit better. There we go. Well, meetups are social events. It's an opportunity. There's no set agenda. You show up, you have some drinks, you talk shop, you network, you pitch your services. If you want to say who you are, say it. If you don't want to say who you are, don't say it. No one is, everybody's a club member, so you can share what you want, but basically you're going to get a good quality, good caliber quality of people who are in the condo game and want to talk condos. Our next one's coming up about 6 days from now. It'll be next Tuesday. It's going to be February the 18th. And it starts at 5:30, goes till about 8, although our experience has been they go much longer than simply that period of time because people are hanging out there, they're having a good time.